Hi, I'm Mark Marling, President of the Propeller Club, Port of Norfolk. Welcome to National Maritime Day. I'm standing here by the Elizabeth River, where in a little while we will be laying a wreath to pay tribute to fallen mariners. You see, traditionally we meet in person and have a big party to celebrate National Maritime Day, but this year, due to the pandemic, that's not possible. That said, it is still very important to honor those who work on and around the waterfront. And so we come to you with this virtual celebration this year. This year is the 97th anniversary of National Maritime Day. And like that, which is a pretty damn long time, there's also a great celebration with the Virginia Maritime Association this year. They recently celebrated their 100th anniversary. And you can see this amazing mural that they had commissioned. And I bring mention to it because it really does a great job to showcase both the breadth and the depth of the maritime industry and how it impacts each of our lives. You see, most of us don't really pay attention to how our goods and services get to us. And we might think about going to the store, we may be thinking about the guys working on the UPS trucks and in the stores, and they are certainly putting themselves in jeopardy. But it's the mariners who bring those goods to our shores to begin with, or take them to foreign shores. And they're out there working every day in close quarters, unable to necessarily protect themselves from COVID-19, but still doing their job. And so we thought it was very important to specifically honor them this year. I want to take a moment to thank all those without their help this would not have been possible. That includes our amazing sponsors like Prim Advertising and the Virginia Pilot Association, from whose boat we will lay the wreath, as well as tugs provided by Moran and McAllister Towing, who will be giving a water cannon salute in celebration of our maritime heroes. So thank you to all of them. I also want to thank the board of directors of the Propeller Club, and I want to pick out two individuals who have gone over and above in making this celebration possible. And those two people are Janelle Clark and Chris Anderson. Without their work, none of this would have been possible, so thank you. Now, I hope you will sit back and enjoy our National Maritime Day celebration, and we're going to start things off by hearing from U.S. Secretary of Transportation, Elaine Chao.
Thank you for inviting me to join you in celebrating National Maritime Day. Even though we can't meet in person, I wanted to join you in recognizing the contributions of our maritime sector. National Maritime Day was established by Congress in 1933 to commemorate the first transoceanic voyage of the American steamship Savannah. It was a way to celebrate America's long and deep maritime tradition and the innovation that has powered it, from Fulton steamship to nuclear ships and beyond. In World War II, merchant mariners were an essential part of the war effort, and their casualty rate exceeded that of all the other armed services. Today, we salute the men and women of the American maritime community who have helped ensure that people, supplies, and equipment get to where they need to be during times of peace, war, and natural disasters. Our U.S. flag fleet is an integral part of our national security. And as we face the COVID-19 crisis of today, the department is doing everything we can to support our country's merchant marine fleet and ensure that the industry is able to ramp up when the economic recovery begins. So as we celebrate National Maritime Day, we want to thank our merchant mariners and all those who work in the maritime industry for your contribution and service to our country. Thank you.
Senator Mark Warner here, and I want to help join in the celebration for National Maritime Day, a day we set aside each year to honor those in the merchant marines and shipbuilding industries. Each and every day, You help build, repair, and pilot our ships. It helps keep our nation safe. And even during these challenging times with an economic health crisis, you go out and as essential workers and help make sure that our nations remain strong and that our nation is continued to be fed and trade in an appropriate way. So congratulations for all you do. I salute you. Keep up the great work.
Hey everybody, Senator Tim Kaine here. I want to share my thanks today to all sailors, Marines, mariners, seafarers, coasties, shipyard workers in Virginia on National Maritime Day. These men and women are working day in, day out to move goods and services in support of our nation and our military. They always make sacrifices to perform this critical work, and now they face added challenges during this unprecedented health crisis, where they are risking their own health to support others. We thank them for their selfless sacrifice and will continue working to ensure that they've got the resources they need to safely do their jobs. I'm glad I could join you in honoring Virginia's proud maritime heritage with this video. Thanks to the Propeller Club for recognizing the maritime and shipping industry in Virginia with this virtual event.
National Maritime Day is the time for us to recognize and honor the great contributions of our U.S. seafarers and our shipyard workers. They are critical to maintaining the nation's security, to maintaining a robust economy, and to making sure we have everything necessary in the maritime realm. We thank them and we honor them on this special day.
I'm Congresswoman Elaine Chao, and I served for 20 years in the Navy as a surface warfare officer. On this 2020 celebration of National Maritime Day, I want to extend a special thank you to the hardworking mariners who make our region and nation prosperous, and tell you that I'm proud to be your advocate in Congress for a strong American merchant marine.
Hello, I'm John Rowe, Mayor of the City of Portsmouth, and we love the maritime industry. In fact, the maritime industry is part of our city's DNA, and that's reflected in our name, Mouth of the Port. The maritime industry means thousands of very good paying jobs to Portsmouth. Given our nautical history and our location, the city and the maritime industry are inseparable.
We are honored to express gratitude for the tireless and critical work of our merchant marines, longshoremen, and those who build and maintain our merchant ships as we celebrate National Maritime Day. The transport and trade of goods is key to Norfolk's success, and you have dedicated your life's work to protecting and advancing America's interests here and around the world. Together, we have built an incredible legacy that has supported generations of farmers and manufacturers in their quest to bring goods to the global markets and aid in the expansion of our economy. Again, we will always be grateful for all that you do and your tradition of service to the city of Norfolk. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Rick West, Mayor of Chesapeake, and I'm here to thank the Norfolk Propeller Club for all that you do to celebrate our waterways, such a vital part of our economy in Hampton Roads. Thank you.
Good evening. As we celebrate National Maritime Day, we would like to honor those who still sail the seas and the rivers. We want to thank those who have given their ultimate life and those who we honor tonight. We want to thank you for your service, and we hope you have a great day. Thank you.
Especially in this year's National Maritime Day, in the midst of a global pandemic, let us honor those men and women who came before us. Let us thank the men and women today who are ensuring our safety, security, and prosperity. And let us pledge to look towards the future and train and mentor those who come after us. On behalf of Sector Virginia, happy National Maritime Day. Semper Paratus.
Happy National Maritime Day. Today is a day that we recognize all of those who help get our ships out to sea, whether you're in the shipyards, on the piers, or stevedores, to those who sail our ships around the world, and those who made the ultimate sacrifice. We appreciate what it is that you do for our country, bringing the lifeblood around the maritime domain. On board USS Dwight D. Eisenhower, we are here in the North Arabian Sea, protecting that domain, making sure that cargo is free to move around the world and protecting it from potential adversaries. We are keeping the global commons just that, global. On behalf of the men and women of Mighty Ike, we thank you and wish you a safe and happy National Maritime Day. Captain out.
As we all deal with this pandemic, this National Maritime Day could not be more timely or more significant. And on behalf of the Virginia Maritime Association, I wish to express our most sincere gratitude to the women and men on the front line that are helping to keep the maritime supply chain moving. Thank you.
Happy National Maritime Day. Since the founding of the United States, the maritime industry has been critical to the health and well-being of our country. The men and women who go to sea and who serve our country keep us strong on our defense and keep our economies solid, and they are always there through every crisis. Happy National Maritime Day.
Franklin Roosevelt was a smart man commemorating today as National Maritime Day. The TMTA and port truckers would like to thank the seafaring men and women of the U.S. Merchant Marine and the critical role they play in keeping our ships, shores, and cargo safe, allowing port truckers to do their jobs. Thank you.
The Virginia Ship Repair Association is grateful and proud to be a part of the Propeller Club's 2020 National Maritime Day celebration, where we recognize the best of the best in the ship repair industry. We usually announce the Tradesperson of the Year award winners during this prestigious celebration, but this year the COVID pandemic has caused a delay in that selection. That being said, our industry remains dedicated to showcasing and recognizing the incredible essential work that the men and women of the ship repair industry, those true national security assets and national heroes, continue to perform every day. We would like to take this opportunity to recognize a few extraordinary women who have, in the midst of this unusual situation, become a part of our ship repair family. In January, program led by the Hampton Roads Workforce Council called Women in Skilled Careers was launched. This initiative is a partnership among many Hampton Roads organizations. The goal of this program is to identify and train women who are seeking to gain skilled trade knowledge to begin a career in the ship repair industry. 8 women completed the program, and 7 of those ladies are currently working as welders at various VSRA member companies. Those extraordinary women are Trista Britton, working for Kelowna Shipyard, Desiree Drury, working at Steel America, Nikki Ruffin, also working at Kelowna Shipyard, Shawnice Williams, working at BAE Systems, Autumn Young, working at Allied Research Technology, Michelle Gelbaugh, working at Kelowna Shipyard, and Danielle Campbell, who was the first woman hired out of the WISP program and is now working at Bay Metals and Fabrication. Please join me in congratulating these fabulous women for persevering through difficult times and successfully completing an often grueling program. They join a workforce of heroes, men and women who get up every morning and go to work to ensure that our Navy and our commercial fleets remain at their maximum readiness. On this National Maritime Day, it is ship repair's great privilege to honor the selfless hard work and dedication of all mariners and our maritime industry. On behalf of every member of the Virginia Ship Repair Association and from the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Hello and welcome to the 97th year celebration of National Maritime Day, a day that we give homage and thanks to our merchant mariners, those that are with us and those that are not. We also give thanks this year to the shipyard workers across this country. You're an essential industry, you're essential heroes. Thanks for what you do, and God bless.
Hi, I'm Tom Epley, President and CEO of MHI Ship Repair and Services. The maritime community has endured heat, cold, hurricanes, horrific accidents, war, and countless other challenges. In 2020, we face an invisible enemy known as the COVID virus. As we navigate our way through yet another challenge, I'm proud to be a member of the Hampton Roads maritime community. Your commitment to task, whether repairing or sailing, is commendable and worthy of the designation as an essential worker. My thanks and congratulations to you all for this commitment. Everyone stay safe and have a happy Maritime Day. And remember, for the foreseeable future, masks on. Stay safe.
Hello, I'm Jennifer Boykin, President of Newport News Shipbuilding. In the last few months, we've seen tremendous change and uncertainty in our world. Yet throughout it all, the maritime industry remains an essential part of our nation's critical infrastructure, providing a conduit to the global economy that keeps the world safe and connected. Today, we recognize and honor the fortitude and opportunity that the maritime industry affords us all. As a graduate of the United States Merchant Marine Academy, a maritime professional, and as a shipbuilder, I thank you for your commitment to our nation, and I wish you a happy and healthy National Maritime Day.
I'm Jerry Miller, the owner of Fairlead. I've been a member of the Hampton Roads maritime community for over 40 years, first as a naval officer, and for the last 35 years as a shipyard owner and a ship owner. On behalf of myself and over 300 maritime professionals, I'm proud to be part of the Hampton Roads maritime community and to be taking part in the National Maritime Day.
My name is Ken Kimball. I'm with Lion Shipyard. When I think about National Maritime Day, my thoughts go immediately to the brave mariners who are out at sea, risking their lives each and every day for this great country of ours. I am so appreciative and humbled to be part of this maritime community. I am thankful to the men and women who work in this industry. Your dedication and commitment is inspiring.
Hello, Tom Godfrey here at Kelowna Shipyard. National Maritime Day, what does it mean? It means that the United States is a seafaring nation and always has been. It means that serving our maritime industries, our merchant marine, is first and foremost what we do. 145 years of service here at Kelowna Shipyard to the maritime industry. We're so proud to recognize another National Maritime Day. Congratulations.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bob Lynch. I'm VP of Operations at MHI Ship Repair here in Norfolk, Virginia. COVID-19 is affecting us all, whether you're at sea or ashore in this industry. Maintaining social distancing aboard ship is certainly proving to be a challenge. However, together, we will get through this. Take some time to think about all those who have made tremendous contributions and sacrifices to this industry. Reflect on those at sea and the mariners that work in all facets of our industry ashore. National Maritime Day will be observed later this month, and this year we will be celebrating it slightly differently. The National Maritime Day tradition will continue with or without this pandemic. Think about all the cargo and the vessels out there supporting this effort, some delivering medical goods and some, like the Mercy and Comfort, providing a much-needed medical service afloat. For those strategic sea lift officers out there, don't forget, you are the Navy's professional mariners. You are there ready to serve in war and in peace. Maintain your credentials. You never know when you may be called to serve. I will end here with a fitting quote. United States Merchant Marine. Beans, bullets, and black oil. We deliver the goods. Take care, everyone. Thank you.
Hello, this is Captain Lindy on board USNS Comfort. I think we in the maritime industry, whether we're repair facilities or regulatory, mariners themselves, and certainly the Navy, Coast Guard, we often get forgotten about. They love us when we're here, and they often forget about us when we're not. So for me, Maritime Day is a chance to remember and acknowledge that there's a lot of people supporting what we do, and that we deserve to be recognized at least once a year. Thank you.
On behalf of the 5,000 members of Masters Mates and Pilots, I would like to join you in honoring the men and women of the United States Merchant Marine. Customarily, as President of Masters Mates and Pilots on Maritime Day, I'm asked to acknowledge a particular mariner or a crew and highlight their skill and professionalism in a rescue or another notable achievement. However, in light of the COVID-19 pandemic that's raging across the globe, I think it is most appropriate to honor the skill, dedication, and courage and sacrifice of all mariners working under the Stars and Stripes, and also to salute and recognize the work of the hundreds of thousands of seafarers working under the flags of all nations. All mariners are working under duress, but they're keeping the supply chains open and sustaining life. When we speak of the U.S. Merchant Marine, we often use the maxim, in peace and war. Well and truly, these last few months have both been peace and war for U.S. mariners. They collectively deserve the recognition, and they collectively are the heroes. It is a privilege for me to both represent and salute the women and men of the U.S. Merchant Marine, dedicated professionals who are doing their jobs despite uncertainty and hardship. They are transporting goods across the water, nourishing our communities, fueling our industry, provisioning our troops overseas, and they are the ones who are the heroes. So on this Maritime Day, I would like to recognize and salute the ferry boat workers who have been at risk, but who have stayed on their jobs, delivering essential workers, healthcare workers, police, firemen, grocery store workers to their jobs at the heart of the pandemic in New York City and in other major ports such as Seattle and San Francisco. I would like to honor harbor pilots, docking masters who are safely guiding vessels of the world in and out of our ports, the tugboat crews, barge crews, dredge crews, and crews of all types who are keeping commerce of the world moving in our harbors, up and down our rivers, along our coasts, across the Great Lakes. From Anchorage to Honolulu to San Juan, Puerto Rico to Traverse City, U.S. citizen mariners are delivering the goods. And of course, gratitude and recognition are due to our deep sea merchant mariners who are on extended foreign voyages, most often restricted to their vessels. Their health is at risk, and they are often been months without relief on board ship due to travel restrictions. These and other merchant mariners are all working despite the hazards. They are all deeply concerned and anxious about their loved ones and families back home, but they are doing their jobs stoically, professionally, and courageously, as U.S. merchant mariners always have in peace and war. Wishing you all good health and safety at sea and ashore. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the President, Executive Board, and the seagoing membership of American Maritime Officers, I welcome you to this virtual observance of the National Maritime Day 2020. It is with great honor that I present American Maritime Officers Mariner of the Year Award to our friend, brother, and shipmate, Chief Engineer Bob Rice. Like so many in our industry, Bob came up through the hawsepipe as a member of the Seafarers International Union and a graduate of the SIU's Paul Hall Center in Piney Point, Maryland. Bob advanced quickly in his career, earning his license, joining American Maritime Officers, and reaching the pinnacle of marine engineering. Chief Engineer of Steam, Motor, and Gas Turbine, as well as Tankerman PIC. Bob can be most proud of his achievements, and we in American Maritime Officers are proud to know him, to work with him, and to have him well within our ranks. Keeping faith with what labor legend Paul Hall called the Brotherhood of the Sea, Bob Rice has throughout his career mentored other mariners, encouraging them to earn their licenses, to make the most of a professional experience, and to be the best that they can be at what they do. In return, Bob has asked only that these mariners do the same for others called by the sea. Bob also represents the superior skill, the uncompromising professional commitment, the loyalty, and the absolute reliability that have distinguished civilian American merchant mariners in commercial trade and in military support service since the American Revolution. Today, I congratulate Bob Rice and thank you and be safe.
I'm both honored and humbled to accept the award this year for Mariner of the Year. I've been sailing a little over 30 years now. Goes by in a flash. When I look back on my career, I think of the people that have helped me along the way and the people that are responsible for getting me here where I stand before you today. I'm thankful to my father and my grandfather. They taught me how to be a man, how to do the right thing, and how to always play by the rules and shoot straight. So thank you to everybody that has helped me get to where I am today. I'm very grateful, honored, and privileged to accept this year's American Maritime Officers Mariner of the Year Award. Thank you.
I'm Whiting Chisman, President of the Virginia Pilot Association, and this is what National Maritime Day means to me. National Maritime Day honors the distinguished history of the American maritime industry and the American merchant marine. In peace and war, the merchant marine has time and again demonstrated heroic resolve in maintaining the security of the United States. During the current pandemic, the maritime industry has again been deemed essential to our national security and economic prosperity. We would like to extend a sincere thanks to all those in the maritime industry serving at sea and ashore for their inspiring service. Thank you.
All right, my name is First Officer Andrew Chen. I'm the Chief Mate on board USNS Comfort. Maritime Day means a lot to me. I like to think of John F. Kennedy's 1961 quote, we're born from the sea, we return to the sea, and we are a nation tied to the sea, that we are a maritime nation through and through. The American Merchant Marine has been around before the United States Navy, and the Navy was created to protect the Merchant Marine at sea. And throughout all of our wars and through peace, the maritime industry and the mariners and the ships have always been ready for our nation's call.
Happy Maritime Day from all of us here at Nauticus. We are so proud to be a part of this maritime community. Our mission is to inspire, engage, and educate and share access to maritime resources. And we're so proud that we do that every day in every way, either through our museum or through our cruise ship terminal on board the schooner Virginia, or certainly through our Sail Nauticus program for 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. Thank you to all of the mariners out there. Thank you so much to this maritime community.
Hi, I'm William Davis, the head agency for T. Parker Host. In our 97 years of operation, first as ship agents and now as marine terminal operators and vessel operators, we've employed hundreds and worked with thousands of more maritime professionals who are truly the backbone of our global economy. National Maritime Day is an important day to both give thanks for their efforts and pay remembrance to those who lost their lives in the pursuit. But National Maritime Day in 2020 is more important than ever. Right now, all across the world, there are tens of millions of men and women who are keeping our maritime supply chains open during this terrible pandemic. As we fight this invisible enemy, our maritime supply chains, just as they have in times past, will continue to help us on the road to winning. Thank you.
National Maritime Day is an important recognition of the valuable contribution and personal sacrifice mariners make to keep global trade flowing. As vessel agents, Cape Shipping Agencies is able to serve as shoreside liaisons for ships' crews during their port calls. We are proud to be able to serve them along with cargo interests and to celebrate them today with the Propeller Club.
Hello, I'm Rear Admiral Mike Wettloffer, Commander of the Military Sea Lift Command. I'm honored to represent nearly 5,400 civil service mariners, a vast majority serving on ships today as I speak, as we join with communities around the nation to celebrate National Maritime Day. In peacetime, during conflict, responding to natural disasters, and now during this global pandemic, our mariners and their teammates ashore remain steadfast in their commitment to deliver agile logistics to the Navy, to support joint warfighters around the globe, and to help defend our nation. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the members of the Propeller Club of Norfolk and the maritime industry across Tidewater. Your work ensures the economic prosperity of our nation and directly contributes to the mission here at Military Sea Lift Command. We could not do what we do without you. Thank you for all you do, stay safe, and I look forward to participating in this event in person next year.
Hi, I'm Steve Carmel, Senior Vice President at Merchant Line Limited and Kings Point Class of 79. The men and women of the U.S. Merchant Marine have always answered the nation's call, and Maritime Day is when we remember those that paid the ultimate price in doing so. This Maritime Day, we once again find the men and women of the Merchant Marine answering the call, continuing to man bridges and engine rooms on ships all over the world, and going about the nation's business in a time of crisis few alive today have ever seen. And they are doing so while leaving their loved ones behind to deal with a crisis on the home front on their own. And for this, you have the nation's gratitude, and we thank you.
Hey everybody, my name is Eric Ebeling. I'm the President and CEO of American Roll-On Roll-Off Carrier, or ARC. On behalf of the entire team at ARC, I wish everybody out there a happy Maritime Day. Thank you to our employees, thank you to our merchant mariners, and thank you to all of our customers. Special thanks also to the United States Coast Guard, the Maritime Administration, and United States Transportation Command for all of your support. Thanks again. Happy Maritime Day. Have a great day.
Hi, Maritime Administrator Mark Buzby coming to you here from my home here in Little Creek. Great to be with you today on National Maritime Day. Maritime Day is the one day of the year that we really shine the spotlight on the importance of our merchant marine and all the maritime industry to this nation's economic and national security. It plays such a key role, and for the most part, it goes unheralded and unknown by most people, even in a maritime town like Norfolk and Hampton Roads here. Many people see the Navy aspect, and they see container cranes, and they see merchant ships going by, but I don't think it quite registers how important our merchant marine is to our national well-being. And above all, I think it's a great day to focus on the men and the women who make up our merchant marine. The great mariners, both the licensed and unlicensed, the cadets, and midshipmen, the people who work in our terminals, our stevedores, the truckers and people that operate the trains that connect intermodally to our terminals, all go into making our maritime industry as strong as it is and how critical it is. And I think we've seen just how critical it is here in this latest episode of dealing with COVID-19, and how critical that lifeline is, and how important it is to have American mariners and American ships built and repaired by American craftsmen as part of our merchant marine. And I think this serves as a great example, especially this year, to just underscore how critical that is. And I really appreciate all that you do as the Propeller Club of Norfolk to shine a light on that and to really make sure people understand that our merchant marine plays such a key role in our national security as well as our economic well-being. And of course, we always want to remember those that have gone before, that have been lost at sea, especially those veterans of World War II who recently just got their Congressional Gold Medal, and God bless them. We're very excited about that. It's a wonderful gesture to celebrate the sacrifices that they made for our country. So happy Maritime Day, and I look forward to seeing you on the waterfront. Thanks.
As first Vice President of the Propeller Club, it is my honor to introduce to you one of the most important traditions that this club has. Each year on National Maritime Day, we lay a wreath in the Elizabeth River to honor fallen merchant mariners. It is a time-honored tradition that we always carry out, and one that we will continue. This year, the club welcomes Moran and McAllister Towing as they help us honor these fallen heroes. In addition, this year's wreath laying is particularly poignant as legislation was recently enacted authorizing the awarding of the Congressional Gold Medal for American merchant mariners whose honorable deeds were critical to U.S. and Allied success in World War II. Now, please join Mark Marley, President of the Propeller Club, and Captain Whiting Kisman, President of the Virginia Pilots Association, as they lay the commemorative wreath.
Eternal Father, strong to save, whose Son hath bound the restless wave, who bids the mighty ocean deep
thank you to all the leaders you just heard from and the heroes themselves for their words and their thoughts about National Maritime Day and what it means to them. Before we go, we have one final tradition, and that is, if you have a glass, please join us in a toast to our maritime heroes. The meek shall inherit the earth, the brave will get the oceans. Cheers. Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you next year in person.